All right, I can already tell this is going to be a wild interview on the podcast today, guys. It is Sketchy Matteo. Welcome to the show, Sketchy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Fuck. Oh, it's a beautiful feeling.
This is going to be wild, man. I got so many questions. If you guys don't know who Sketchy Matteo is, let me just pull up.
Stop that.
All right,
That's the most recent one.
this is a video here hanging off the side of, I don't know what building this is. How high is this building here?
It's like 50 floors, bro. I don't know, like 200 feet probably. I don't know.
You know, I've got a lot of questions, and I think a lot of people do in the comments. I mean, a lot of people in the comments, like, we're going to dive in. I got to hear the whole story here, but I'm just giving people a quick glimpse of kind of what you do here. I mean, this is just unbelievable. When I started my podcast, I'm getting back into this Joe Como's thing with the talk show. I just want to interview like athletes and stuff, but I'm like, you're way more interesting than athletes. I mean, straight up. I mean, you're taking your pants off at the side of the building. There's no safety harness at all here, is there?
No, not at all. I do everything free-handedly.
This is wild. This is unbelievable.
That's where you get the most thrill of just hanging there in the spot and you can do whatever you want, just hanging in the spot, you know?
This is okay. So this is unbelievable. So can we start from the beginning? I mean, like, what's your upbringing looking like first? I mean, we're gonna get to all the juicy parts, like why is kind of the question I want to ask. We're gonna talk a little bit about fear. We're gonna talk about your future. Are you afraid to die type stuff? But first of all, where does it begin here? Where does this start? Did you begin on monkey bars and hanging in parks? Like, how does this all start?
Honestly, good thing that you mentioned like monkey bars because like, bro, like my mom would bring me on monkey bars when I was young, like hanging around, doing all that stuff. So maybe like I could have gotten from that, but like mainly it was from watching Spiderman, man. Like
Wow.
the first time I ever watched Spiderman, I was like, this guy's flying everywhere. This guy's hanging off the side of buildings. I want to be Spider-Man. So like, I don't know. After a few years of like practicing parkour, which is like doing flips, getting point A to B.
Right.
After a few years of practicing that, I found an interest in just like wanting to be Spider-Man. So hanging off buildings. As soon as I hung off a building, it was like no fear in me whatsoever.
What age was that? What age did you start like hanging out? What was the like biggest hang that was kind of risky that you did? What age did that start at?
Ooh, uh, probably 14. I think it's on my Instagram. It was like the earlier days that I was like climbing cranes, and there was a building being. I'm born in Vaughan, so there's a building being built in Vaughan that was like over 67 floors, and there's a crane on top of that building. So the first time ever, I went with my friend. We went up to the crane. We were climbing the crane, and I think that's like the first time ever like I felt alive. I was just hanging, and I dropped one hand, and then I was just hanging from one hand, and like I looked down, and bro, it's the most like surreal feeling ever. Just like looking down, and you're invincible to the world, kind of.
How old are you now?
I'm 23. I did that when I was probably like 18, 17.
Because I'm watching these videos and I'm just like I get sweaty palmed watching. And again, by the way, go to Sketchy Matteo on Instagram right now, and you can, as you're driving, pull over. Obviously,
pull over.
Mind you, watching videos and driving is like nothing compared to what he's doing. But don't do that. So yeah, pull over, whatever. You got to see what he's doing here. Sketchy Matteo, just so you have some context in regards to what's going on. I kind of showed you some videos at the beginning of this. So upbringing, like, what's the whole story for your upbringing? I mean, did you do any sports? Were your parents encouraging you of extreme sports? Like, did you grow up with two parents? Like, was your dad extreme at sports? Is your mom extreme? Like, what's the story here upbringing wise?
Upbringing wise, my parents are very loving. Not the physical type that would go like do all this type of stuff that I'm doing, but no, the upbringing was none of them did anything. I didn't do any gymnastics when I first started. Again, like Spider-Man was the whole like inspiration to what I'm doing now, right? And so when I watch Spider-Man, I'll be doing front flips in my basement, landing on a whole bunch of pillows and mattresses and all that.
Yeah.
And then if I could land it, I landed in the first like 5 attempts.
Yeah.
And then after that, I felt a feeling of, wow, this is fun to do. So I kept going up and up and up. And then I kind of self-taught myself from there on how to like be aware of flipping, on what your spatial awareness is, on how to flip and everything. And then after that, I went into depth on like YouTube videos
Yeah.
on like how to get more technical with your flips, like spinning 360 or whatever.
Yeah.
But nothing could ever like bring you to like, oh, hanging off a building. I don't think anyone in their right mind would be like,
No.
oh yeah, let me let me hang off a building. I don't know what came across me to do that, but like
And
there's people
what
in
do
the
the
world that
parents
do
think?
that. So
What do the parents think? Are they like, do
oh
they
my,
real what what are they at?
I, in the first like 5 years, in the first like, yeah, 5 years, I've been like doing a lot of like dangerous stuff. Or every single night I have to hear text me back like as soon as like you do this, you do that, you do this. Like I like they would be like, oh my, it was kind of annoying at first. Like my parents keep texting me and texting me and texting me, are you okay, are you this, are you this, are you that. But after the years go on and I'm still living, they kind of it kind of desensitized them in a way of thinking, oh, this like he's not gonna fall, but there is a way of
Right.
thinking that he's gonna fall, right?
So
Um,
how often are you doing this? Like, is this like a weekly occurrence? Obviously, you have a friend, somebody with you set up. Like, what's the game plan? How often are you doing this? Do you say, okay, this Friday night, we're not going to go for drinks this weekend and pick up girls. We're going to go hang off the side of the CN Tower in Toronto. If you guys don't know, CN Tower is the tallest freestanding building, I think, in Canada. Not the CN Tower, but there's a taller building. Like, like, how often? What's the schedule look like?
uh, yo, my schedule is whack. Like I would want to be coming with videos here, left, right, and center,
Yeah.
but like most of my friends, they're afraid to go on top of buildings, so I have to find like, even at times I find people on the street that have a camera on them, and I'm like, hey, yo, you want to go up here and do this? Like I show them my Instagram, I do this and this.
Yeah.
And like sometimes they say yes, and like, yeah, most of my Instagram videos that you have, like that you see now, they're from random people on the streets, just like me.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of my friends, like because they have their own job and everything, and they're doing stuff for themselves, they don't want to get in trouble, and you could get in trouble with doing this type of stuff, right? So
So we're going to talk about that. Getting in trouble. Have there been any arrests yet? Has there been any calls that you might be unaliving things like yourself or something? Like cuz you're on top of the building, right? And then you've got people probably making phone calls. How often are, the authorities involved in situations?
Ah. Okay, so uh
I mean,
I don't know if I want
you don't
I
have
don't
to
know
go
if I
into too
want to
much
give myself out in like any of this, but like
no,
I have
you don't have
been.
to go into details about it, but is there instances where people make phone calls that you're on top
Oh,
of the
for
Right.
sure, for sure, for sure.
That's what I want to know. And is there a concern that you might hurt yourself?
Oh, I think they think I think they think that I'm gonna hurt myself. I know I'm not gonna hurt myself. Like there's never a thought in my head that I'm ever gonna hurt myself from doing it. But like when I'm hanging off a building, yeah, probably everyone that can see like facing the building that I'm hanging off of,
Yeah.
everyone that can see from that angle is is definitely calling someone. And there's been numerous of times where like I had to escape a cops and like try and like do some maneuvers around cops and like go down a building without being detected. Yeah, there's some of that, and because I'm going like, I guess, viral in a way. There's more of that going on in Toronto, so it's more
Common. Like more people are
yeah,
doing it.
it's more common to get caught if you look like me in Toronto, which sucks because I want to keep
So
going to all these buildings.
so like I mean, you're hanging off. How confident are you in your ability? Because again, it's terrifying. Like if one slip up, it is absolutely game over. Like confidence level. Obviously, you got to be extremely confident. And what are you doing to strength train to increase grip strength? How are you so confident that like you had to level up? You must have been working on monkey bars and maybe like skate parks and stuff. Like what's the confidence level like right now?
Yo, the only confidence level is in your head. Never think about falling, and that's what I've been doing so far, and I've been living. That's the only tip I have, because once you have like that one type of like mishap in your mind that you're gonna fall, it's game over. You might as well not
You
do the
can't
stunt that you're gonna
hesitate.
do.
You can't
Yeah, yeah.
hesitate. Like,
It has nothing to do with training. You could train all you want for sure, and it could still happen, right? But it like it can still happen even if you're like in your mind and you're the most confident person in the world in your mind. It can still happen, but like you hope that doesn't happen and you just go for it anyways. Like there's no really I don't know, like there's no really tip to really give. It's just
yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. Like, for example, this is nowhere on that level, but my daughter, she's 6. We were in one of those, like, we were at a fair. We were in one of those carnival things. It's one of those fun houses, and there's a thing that spins around. You got to walk through it. But
yeah,
if you walk through it slow, it carries you up, and then you drop, right?
yeah.
So what happened was my son just ran through it, no hesitation. He's 4. She was worried about it. So she hesitated. What ends up happening, it lifts her up and she face planted into the metal, almost broke her nose, right? But the thing is, like, she just hesitated. I'm like, just go through this thing. And the guy that was running the thing, he's like, you just got to go or get on your knees and go.
Yeah.
You can't hesitate. The slight hesitation will, you know, it'll be
It'll carry you
catastrophic.
away. See how it carried her away and then face planted her?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just carries you. Like the slight hesitation just carries you away, and then like at the end of it, it'll just face plant you. Like at the end of it.
But you got a backup plan. So you got 4 limbs, one hand's grabbing, you've got 3 other limbs in contact with the wall, right?
Yeah, yeah. It depends on the wall too. Some walls are easier to grip on than the other. Uh, but yeah, it depends on the wall. But even like I'm trying to like do stuff where I'm like I don't know if I want to spoil for my upcoming like film things, but like I want to try and get a basketball on the edge of a building and hold the basketball in 2 hands while I'm hanging off the edge of a building, and then also have a basketball net like 10 feet down and try and like shoot the basketball, and then like once the basketball like leaves my hands, I like grip onto the building.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. I
I
really
know I
don't
don't
think
you don't think that's a good. No one thinks it's a good idea, but
I don't think any of this is a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. I think
Do
it's
not try any of this ever, by the way. That's a disclaimer.
no, yeah. Don't try any of this. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, how do you not like? You've heard of other people. I don't even know who to quote it that have lost their lives doing this. Does
yeah,
that at all resonate with you? Like, there's a fear that, like, okay, that guy slipped up and he was really good. Like, that's got to be somewhere in the back of your mind. Like, I mean, you don't want to. I'm not trying to create fear, but like,
no,
you
no.
do you not fear death? Like, aren't you like, man, I'm gonna potentially die. Like, I have a high probability of dying doing this.
No, never, never. But like you said, there has been people that died in the past doing this. I know Remy Gerard. He was a very like good climber, explorer, parkourist. He died doing it, and he was in like Hong Kong or something like that. Um, he died doing it, and like I don't really think about it because like the only thing I think about I don't know, is just to live. That's the only like
You
nothing
could
else
do other
goes.
stuff. You could go skydiving and bungee jump. Have you done those things?
No, never. Never.
I mean, that would give you maybe that'll compensate and give you the thrill that maybe you're experiencing with this. Like, I
No.
mean, there's got to be a screw loose. I was just had a guy on right now. He was from Power Slap, and I'm asking him like, dude, like you just take shots to the face. He's like, yeah, man. It's like to do this
Power slap.
power slap, like you're gonna
Yeah, power
slap.
slap's nutty. I don't
He's like,
bro.
we got some screw looses. So straight up, is there like there's got to be some screws loose? And
Oh
I'm
bro, there's like a million screws loose in my
at least you're
like,
honest.
like no cap on that, yo. There's like 100 different screws loose in my head. But no, it's just like what people are interested in. People are interested in power slapping. People are interested in scaling on the edge of a building. People are interested in skydiving. People are interested in base jumping. Like people are interested in drifting cars and all that. Like there's all these different interests, but people have their own opinion on these interests, right? So
Is
it's like
this more for you and the adrenaline rush that it gives you, or is it more for like I get likes and clicks? Because you see people in the comments, oh, you're doing this for likes, for clicks. So is this like a narcissistic kind of approach? Like, look at me, look at me, look at me, and you're gaining you're meeting your need for significant. We all want to feel loved and feel significant in this
yeah,
world. And I'm doing it with my show. I like to feel it feels good when I get views and stuff. It's like, hey man, I'm achieving something. I'm leaving a legacy. I'm building something. Is it legacy? Is it just plain screw looses? Is it just for the fans, or is it just that pure adrenaline rush, or is it a combo of all of them? I'm just curious to see the. I'm trying to dive in deep on why you're doing this because it's absolutely insane. Like I just don't see any reason why you're doing this. It doesn't
No,
make sense to me and other
like
people.
from the start, like I said before, I started this when I was 14, and I had no platform to ever grow up on. I just started doing it because I just like doing it,
Right.
right? It was just like I could hang off of here, and then I could do some even like crazier stuff that could risk me falling, but I could still hang on to here somehow, right? Like I was trying to like move the boundary even forward, right? But like even with that, you're how do you put this? Like
Like what's if you dive deep, what is the why really? I'm just trying to find what the real why is, you know?
the why is just because I like it, and then like after I like hanging off buildings.
Yeah.
I liked seeing it on film. Like now, that's the only way I would get an adrenaline rush if I see what I did on film, because I'm like, holy fuck, wow, I really
Yeah.
just fucking did that. Like that's fucking crazy. Like now, I've been hanging so much that like I don't feel anything. There's no adrenaline. There's no nothing. But when I see it on film, that's when I'm like, holy fuck, that's fucked. And like when I started blowing up, which was like maybe like 7 months ago, maybe.
Right.
After blowing up, people you get the comments and everything. You get, oh, are you doing this for likes? Are you doing this to die? Blah 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 blah. Like all that stuff.
Right.
I've always started just because I had a passion for really doing it. Like I like just jumping off buildings, and then like if you could hang off a building, you might as well do that. And then since it grew up me hanging off buildings, I was like, yo, let me just stick with hanging off buildings, and then let's see where it goes. And then it kind of like went up and up and up and up and up. And
But you-
then so now I'm like, okay, if it's going up and up and up, and I can make some money off, because I make no money off of doing this, nor do I
Yet.
care to make any money doing off of
Yet.
this. It's
Yet.
it's a passion really.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when I'm doing this, if I were to make money off of it, oh, a beautiful thing. But I'm making no money off of it. I'm just doing it like just for people to know what I do, because I honestly I want people to know like what I'm capable of, because I don't know, not a lot of people can do this shit, right? And it
Yeah.
scares them. So like it's also compensating on me, compensating on like I want the followers, but I like it's mainly it's just like I love doing it, and it's so simple to do it for me that it's just like I don't know. It's just too easy. It's like walking for me. Like you can
Wow.
hang off a building. It's just like walking. You know?
So again, it sounds like you really have no fear, but like again, the loss that this could be the game, this could be game over. It doesn't really hit you, right? Like the you know,
No, no. Because you like if it hits you, it's done. Like even that one slight second, like you're like I don't even want to think about it, just because I know it could be that one slight second to like I could
wow.
be gone, right? So you never really think about it. You just think about hanging on for your dear fucking life, and then that's it. Like
Do you have faith? Like, do you believe in Jesus? Is there an afterlife? What's the afterlife look like for you? I'm just curious.
like a lot of people might disagree. I also do work at a church.
Yeah.
Like I do work at a church, but I'm no altar server or like priest or anything like that. I'm just like doing janitor work. So
Yeah.
I know a lot about like God and everything, but do I believe in him? Like I'm not too sure, man. Like yes and no. Like at times yes, and I think that could go with everyone.
Because
Like
I'm praying for your safety, man. I really, really am.
yeah, I know. Like yo, like your
Being
prayer
a
will be
bel-
out there.
being a believer
Yeah.
in Jesus, I hope that you do have, especially when you're doing something as extreme like this, that you do have a faith that, if things go wrong, that you are ready to enter the other side. Again, it's such a risky thing. It's I can't like MMA is extreme, right? Like power slap is extreme, bungee jumping and all that stuff. This is
Yeah.
just like next level. And the
Do I?
fact,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, go on.
And
Sorry.
the fact that you're not, you haven't monetized it, I wouldn't even recommend doing anything like this for a monetization. Maybe get a t-shirt brand or something, but I don't know. It's just like how much longer can you do this? Like when is enough enough? Is this, will do you think maybe going to mature out of this? I hope to see you in 5 years to do a follow-up that you've moved on to like, I don't know, roller coasters or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
roller. No, no. I have so many ideas in my head that like I don't know. It's gonna be another 3 years until like I get like all the ideas in my head, and plus there's more ideas in all the other heads out there, so they could give me more ideas on what to do on roofs. Like there's like everything like that piss video. Like that's just one idea of like a million, and then you have the wine one with the cheese and like nuts on it, the charcuterie board. If you ever watched that one,
I see the one where you take your pants off at the side of the building with one
yeah.
hand.
And there's another idea. Like there's so many different ideas that you could do on the side of a roof because it's the same as hanging off of like. Okay, look. Right now, I'm like. I'm 2 feet away from the floor. 2 feet away from the floor. Maybe four
Yeah.
feet. 4 feet away from the floor. This is the same. This is the same as doing off of like
Yeah.
50 feet. It's just in your
Except
mind, right?
except if you slip.
Yeah, well,
That's when it becomes
except,
different.
but you're not gonna slip. But you're not
You're
no
not gonna
slipping, no
slip.
slipping.
Do you have anything on your hand, like a tacky thing, a spray, anything that you add to get
No,
nothing?
no. I think most of the grip because like right now my hands are quite moisturized. Yeah,
Man,
like
there's
they,
something in all our brains, right? Our conscious, there's something in our brain that says like this is not good, right? Like if I ate like 1,000 hamburgers, like that was it's wrong. It's bad to eat 100 Big Macs in one evening. Like I
I would think
know,
so.
like again, it's like your brain that it's back to that screw loose thing. It's like how do you say to your brain like, okay, I'm gonna do this hang off the side of the building thing. I can't get over that. And how many people are doing this across the world? Like there's got to be like maybe 10, 15. There can't be that many, right?
No, there's a few hundred. Yeah, there's a few hundred. Like because I'm into the sport, I follow like maybe like thousands of people that like do what I do, right? And like kind of like all towards us, we're kind of pushing the game for each other, which is hype in a way, you know,
That's
because
the
we're all doing.
problem. It's like when is enough? You don't want to push it to the point where that's what's going to cause a slip up. That's where you got to
Yeah,
be careful.
but like we don't even think about that because like we think we can never really slip up.
Right.
And that like I guess it comes down to that like we don't think we could slip up but in the back of the mind yeah like it's possible we know that but like in the moment we're not thinking that and if it does happen we're like well at least for me I'm gonna be like oh fuck should have fucking held
Yeah.
on harder yeah like, I don't know what else to say if I fall
So
I
so
kind of
so
do
the
like a
few
few more flips all the way down and then but like if I hit someone on the way down like I know a lot of comments have been saying that like yo what if you hit someone on the way down shit like that like yeah it's like hopefully that never happens usually I make sure I make awareness on like where I do my videos where I do my hangs most of the hangs won't be on a sidewalk they're in an alleyway or they're in like some like back type like road type thing where no one's
what's
going to but
what's the tallest building you've hung off of?
I've only been in Toronto, so 62 floors.
62 floors. Wow.
62 floors, yeah.
And how many buildings have you been on?
Oh fuck,
Yeah.
more than Santa Claus.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. I don't know. A bunch, but like more than
A
Santa
lot. You
Claus.
lost count. You basically lost count.
Yeah, I lost count. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to say. And this is like your first interview. You don't really talk to a lot of people. You're just more action. You haven't sat down, had a heart to heart, or talked to anybody and expressed
No,
how you feel.
no, not at all. And yeah, it's like my first time kind of doing it, so it's
Have you
like
made mainstream media? Have mainstream media outlets reached out to you? Has anybody else reached out to you? Celebrities, anything like
yeah,
that?
yeah. Like I had a collaboration with Kobe Pearson. He's the clone guy on he's from LA. Him and his manager has been hitting me up, so we're gonna try and make something happen. I'm like part of Fuel Media
Yeah.
Agency. So yeah, we're gonna try and fuel it up and make the way all the way to the top.
But the mainstream media haven't reached out to you and said, "Hey, man, let's get you on like local news or anything like that."
No, no. I know maybe like since you're from Toronto, kind of in the area,
Yeah.
Blog Show, like maybe a few months ago, they had me in like a little article, but besides Blog Toronto, I don't think
It's
they had
unbelievable.
me.
Like I said, like NFL athletes is something else, but this is just like next level type stuff. You are playing with the end game. That's what I feel. This is my opinion here. No matter how you chalk it up, like that's just the way it is, and that's up to you.
I'll,
That's your
I'm gonna
decision.
keep playing. I'm gonna keep playing with it, honestly, because I love playing with death. There's just that type of like. Honestly, you're right. There's a screw loose in me. There has to be a screw loose in me, because like
Have you thought of talking to somebody? I know, like, it sounds a little cliche, talk to somebody, get help with the situation. Is this something you don't think it's a problem, though? You think it's just totally fine?
yeah, yeah, no, I would never get help for this. My mom and dad have been telling me to get help for this for the past like 8 years. I've been brushing it off my shoulder ever since. So no, I'm never gonna get help for this. I'm gonna keep producing the most insane content, at least to my standard, because like if I think it's dope, that's the only way I'm gonna post it. I'm not gonna post some like random
It's
ass
very
stuff.
hard to watch because when I even go up to a building, I'm on a high building, right? Like, I'm on a balcony, like,
Yeah,
you
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 look
feel in
down
your
and
balls.
you're shaking.
You
Yeah, yeah.
feel that like, that weightlessness in your balls or something. Do you still feel that lightness like that? You feel that weird feeling in your body, right?
No, no, it's gone.
Oh,
It's
no?
completely gone. Like I'm being serious. The only satisfaction I get, it's not even from hanging anymore, but it's from watching the video that like I did. Like that's the only way I'm gonna get satisfaction, because like I know I could hang. It's whatever. But like when I see, holy fuck, I just did that. Like that's insane. Like to me, and I have like high standards on like in my type of expertise, I guess.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like it's crazy. It boosts my energy up, and like it's
Man,
lovely.
just unbelievable. Like, I don't like, I'm really at a loss for words. I tried to ask everything I could here. I mean, literally, it sounds like there's no fear, there's no
Nah,
remorse towards it. It's
no
just
remorse, no fear.
just do it. How is this translating to other things in your life? Since you have no fear of doing this, is this translating anywhere else in regards to maybe dating, business, entrepreneurship? Like, clearly you don't, if you don't fear this, you really don't fear anything. So,
Yeah,
what does everything else look like when from your day to day? Like, do you
that's a
fear
good
anything?
question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Okay, honestly, like dating's kind of different, because like when you find that beautiful girl, you're very shy to approach
Right.
them at first, right? Like that goes with everyone. But nah, usually like I'll just do a flip and then lie on one knee, and then I'll give him a rose, and like yo, we get the date settled like that, and then like our first date will be on a rooftop. We'll have like a little picnic on a rooftop, and shit like that. But nah, sometimes like the jitterbugs get into me when it comes with girls. But like to get a job or whatever, no, you just be confident in yourself, and you do the best that you can. That's all that you can do in this
Do you
world.
have any fear, like at all? Cockroaches, spiders, snakes, or
Swimming, bro. I can't float. I can't float for the life of me. I
yeah.
tried floating. People try to teach me floating. I just slowly sink because I get scared. I get scared that the
That's
water's gonna
crazy. You're
drown
scared.
me.
I saw that on your profile. If you go to Sketchy Matteo, it says can't swim on the profile.
Yeah,
It's like,
can't
dude,
swim.
dude, you gotta learn how to swim. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're
Yeah, I
scared of
know.
swimming, but you're scared. You're not. Yeah, like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Screw loose. I'm telling you.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out how this happened. Did something traumatic happen in your life that like that triggered this?
no, not at all. I always been like it.
No
Always
major
been.
trauma. No major trauma. It's like something. So we have like, are you born or is it innate? Right? Like, is it something you're born with,
I think I'm just born like the people are born
or is
with
it
things.
learned?
I think I was just born with it. Like there's no other explanation, because like I don't know what other reason I would want to go hang off a side of a building, or like I don't like
Yeah, it's something you're born with. I don't know if you're even born with it. It's something in life. It's either it's born like it's innate, like or or something you
for
learned. Like
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's got to be something you learned. Like I just don't know where you picked it up watching WWE growing up or
Well, I watch WWE all the time, but like WWE, they swing each other, they punch each other, they do all these other type of acrobatics. It's not like hanging off a side of a building. Like I don't know what possessed me to hang off a side of. I don't even know, but I love doing it now. So
Another question. If you were to strap on a parachute every time you did this, would that be
oh
almost just a thought here? Is that almost like is admitting that you could possibly fall, so that's why you wouldn't do it? Or would you consider
oh
doing
no
it?
no. Like if I strapped out a parachute onto like if I was doing a stunt,
Yeah.
first off, I wouldn't like strap on a parachute if I were ever to do a stunt. But like the only time I'll patch on a parachute is if I do base jumping. Like if I were on one of the buildings I was on, I'll
Yeah.
just jump right off of them. And like that's one thing I really want to do because like someone in Toronto, I think his name was like Toronto Rooftopper. He started base jumping in Toronto. Ever since I seen that video, I've been wanting to get like do base jumping and all that because there's no like yeah, I wouldn't wear it for a stunt. No way. To answer your question, no, because like the satisfaction comes in from like knowing that you could die, but like you didn't die because like you hung on or whatever it
It's
is.
unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. So what does the future hold? It's basically just the next challenge, the next thrill. The problem is it's not really thrilling you, right? So it's
Yeah,
got to be
I have to see. I have to see it on video.
you
A
have to see it
video
on
to
video.
throw me. Yeah, or like if I do some random like that basketball thing that I mentioned before. If I do that and I do that like that's gonna throw me because I know I could like slip on that. That would be crazy.
Man,
Yeah, like I keep thinking about that. That's fucked. But whatever. We'll see how that happens when the day comes.
and one more thing, training. Like again, I think I asked this briefly before. What are you doing to constantly maintain shape? Nothing really. Are you doing like any strength training on off times?
No, nothing really. But like I've been getting a stomach lately, so like I gotta get back into training and everything like that. I gotta do some like train my whole body, like a whole body type routine type thing. I gotta get back into that. But like no, I haven't been trained or anything. Like I'll do the occasional push ups, sit ups here and there. But most of it has been like just doing what I've been doing on videos. That's been my training, I guess.
All right, since you haven't spoken to anybody, you've done this extreme sport. I don't even, it's not even a sport. I don't know what I call it, right? This
Yeah,
extreme hanging.
yeah.
You've never really talked to anybody. You haven't done any podcasts. Is there something you want to say to all the trolls, all your regular fans, your listeners? Because something to answer, encompassing to why, right? Like, why do you do this? Because they're going to ask, like in the comments, like, what do you want to say to all the trolls, all the fans that watch you, in regards to like why you do this in a nutshell to all the fans and trolls? What do you got to say to them and haters even?
I do it because I love it and I can do it. And if I couldn't do it, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Wow, bold, straight to the
Well,
point. Do not try this ever, people. Do not, never,
do
ever,
not,
ever.
do not though. But if you want to try it and try to up the game up, by all means. Like I'm not. Yeah, sorry. Yo,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm having a hard time watching it. So yeah, man. I mean, listen. I appreciate you coming on, and I want to get you on again. And I'm hoping that we get you on again. And I hope you stay safe and you limit this. Again, you're doing this. There's just random times, right? There isn't like a specific once a week type thing. It's done randomly. There's no schedule, like you said.
Yeah, randomly. Like I'm trying to do a Halloween video before Halloween comes up, and I still haven't done it. So like, and there's like 4 or 5 days left, and like 3 of the 5 days left, I can't really film. So like on those 2 days, I'm gonna try my best to try and just like somehow like get a video done before Halloween. So it's like that, bro. Like there's no one to really film unless like you find someone to film,
I
which
gotta ask you.
sucks.
I gotta ask you this as well. Where do you see yourself at 50 years old? 50 years old. What is Matteo doing? Are you married? Are you settled down? What's going on?
Honestly, uh, I don't even know. 50 years old, maybe I'll be solid. Actually, no, because like like I made a goal for myself that at 50 years old or 60 years old, if I made it at, like to that age, that I would want to somehow get on a building and then like hang off of it, just because like that would be insane for a 60-year-old person to fucking do.
So yeah, you're 50, 60 years old. What if you get married? Your wife doesn't want you to do this, and then when you have kids, you're more likely want to stay alive. So, would that change you? I think that would change you, to be honest with you, if you were married.
Uh, my dad like my dad he like he's a father to me now, and I've been doing this stuff. So if I like, my dad has been telling me forever to stop because he cares so much about me. But
Right.
in my sense of like thinking, like if I did have a kid and like I was in my dad's position and I knew what I was doing,
Yeah.
like I would let my kid have I'll let my kid have fun and do whatever it is. Like if he were to hang off buildings and all that, yeah. But like, first off, I wouldn't find a girl that wouldn't be okay with me doing what I'm doing because
You
like
gotta have
first off,
someone that accepts you. That's true.
yeah,
She's
that
gotta be a
yeah,
special type of person. Someone's
that's a no no. There's gonna be so many arguments, and then there's gonna be like, why did I even get into this? None of that. Yeah, I want someone to support me, provide, and everything. You know.
yeah,
Um, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I like. I don't know if I was settled down at the age of 50.
yeah.
I might as well because I'm 50. There's nothing else to do. Uh, if I had kids, I would love them to death. But like, I don't know. If I'm still living, there's no point in them like really like being like worried about me in any way because I'm not
I,
gonna be.
I'm. I think everybody that watches the videos is worried about you. So I can't even
Yeah,
imagine.
but they shouldn't be like yeah, I get it. I get you should be worried, but like most of the comments is like unnecessary. Like a lot of them.
What blows my mind is that you've kind of accepted that this is not such an extreme thing, and that's the thing, right? I guess you
Yeah, yo, I think skateboarding is more extreme than what I'm doing.
see
Like
that's the
and that's
problem.
saying something. Like yeah, like I see some skateboarding videos, some BMX videos. I've seen a Red Bull Rampage. Like Red Bull Rampage is more extreme than what I'm doing. Like yo, they're going down on a bike. Yo, one like little tiny turn, they're smashing their whole face. Like I know like one little
Yeah,
tiny thing I'm falling, but like they're more susceptible to fucking failing than I am to falling like
yeah.
off a building. Like I don't know, man.
I
Like they're
don't know.
just
I think this is like the most extreme thing you can do, really. I mean,
nah. There's so much more extreme things that you could like
this
base
is up
jumping.
there.
Base jumping is one of the most extreme things that you could be doing. Like yo, if you
Yeah,
don't like put the parachute at time, you're kind of gone, right?
yeah.
Like there's so many I don't know. There's so many extreme things that you could do, or
Yeah,
if your parachute doesn't work.
we don't recommend to do what you're doing. Nobody does. I mean,
Like
the only logic I see is that some people live a safe, boring life and just die just because for no reason, or they get
yeah,
hit. I guess
yeah.
that's the
Because
only.
I've been seeing a lot of like Instagram reels of car crashes. And these innocent people aren't like they're doing nothing. They're just going throughout the day and they get in a car crash and like
Yeah, the only difference
their
is they're
life
not
is done.
deliberately putting themselves out there. That's the only that's a big difference. They're not deliberately putting themselves out there. And
I
that
guess so, but like fuck, I don't know. Like I've been doing it for so long that like I don't know.
yeah.
There's no really I don't know.
Unbelievable. I hope that whatever it is, you wake up out of it and just don't put yourself at risk like this.
No,
I
no,
personally
no. I'm always gonna put myself in risk. Like even crossing the street, I would want to cross the street when like 1,000 cars are passing by.
see
Then
there's the problem. There's the
there is
problem.
a problem. I'm telling you, there's something wrong.
Now,
Like, but like,
have you hurt yourself doing anything yet? Like, have you broken limbs before? Have you done something and hurt yourself yet? In anything?
when I first started, when I was like 17, like I remember going to a school that was like far away from me, just because at the back of the school they had a nice parkour spot. So like, I think on my like first year, I like was hitting up the parkour spot at the back of the school, and then like I smashed my knee, and then like I couldn't walk for 6 months after that. I think that was my only injury. Like yeah, nothing from a roof. So if I ever did anything from a roof, I think I would be dead. If
Oh,
but there's been like there's been many close calls. Like there's been close calls like on a roof where like I would slip. Like the one that just hit 6 point like I don't know something million real views on my Instagram. One of the videos that hit that like that I almost slipped and I was like I feel my foot slipping, and as soon as I feel my foot slipping, like you just have to quickly put your hand on there. Like you're not gonna wait and like fucking like take your time putting your
Which
hand on there.
video is this? I'm gonna pull it up. Is it like, is it on your, can you see
It's
the
it's that one. It's the third one.
third one to the right, this one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here, let me click on it here. Let's watch it for a second here. So
Yeah.
what
So
happened?
so
Can you walk us through
so
this?
yeah. So this one, I went over here, and I was over here, and when I put my hand out, my foot slipped down, and then I had to like see my eyes. It was so focused on like putting my hand back because like I felt my foot slipping at that second. And it only takes a split second to
Which
like
one split? The right leg slipped?
it was the right leg slipped, and then the left, like both of them kind of slipped simultaneously, and then like, and yeah, if I slipped any more and I didn't hang on, then like maybe something would have happened.
This is again, I want to talk about how this is absolutely terrifying. I mean, terrifying
Yeah.
is this is absolutely terrifying. And the
Yeah,
fact
yeah,
that you
and
normalize this.
this is my favorite video. This is my favorite video that I've ever done to date, and it's like the most popular video. So that, like, yeah, I have, I
Can
have
you walk us
expectations.
can you walk us through this one too, please?
Oh yeah, yo, this one I was fucking stupid. Honestly, this one I wanted to do something nuttier. So I wanted to have the same shirt when I said like what this is Sketchy Matteo, what kind of jackass. And then I want to add Pringles underwear to that with a fucking Pringles can on my side waist while like eating them while I was taking off my clothes. Like I wanted to do that after I was done taking off my clothes. I wanted to do that, but
What blows my mind, like I said, is you've normalized this in your
yeah,
brain.
I
Like
had so many
nothing
ideas.
about this is normal. Not that anything's normal these days anyway. I mean, everything's
Yeah,
pretty.
no, but this one gave me inspiration. Because I don't know, I saw many people undressing or kind of doing something, like doing something crazy, right?
Can you walk us through another one here?
Oh yeah, yeah. This was for Kobe.
Okay, so you're shouting out Kobe. If you guys don't know what Kobe is, I guess he watches people's social media videos, and then what he does is he goes on and finds their location and kind of mimics what they've done. Has he actually mimicked what you've done at all yet, or no?
No,
No way. No, he's gonna mimic this. No way.
no, he's not gonna hang off a building. No, I don't think so. No,
I figured he wasn't.
I love Kobe. I love Kobe, but I don't think he's gonna hang off a building.
I mean, yeah, this is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable here. Any other one you want to walk us through here before we wrap this up?
Um,
Let me see what else is there here. Is there another one that's kind of wild? Like just
I don't have it. Yeah, yeah, I can see it.
okay, so
Yeah,
can you walk us through one last one here before we wrap this up here? I mean, this is just wild. Now,
yeah, yeah.
what concerns me with this one's not just hanging, it's like you're kind of leaping, and it's not, it's not just a straight hang, like you're sliding and one slip up too, right? So that's
Yeah,
another
one
concern.
kind of slip. And the thing is, I do these hangs like really fast too. Like even like a lot of my friends, like they don't even do this type of stuff, but they know what they're looking at. And like yo, you're hanging like really fast on these like buildings. Like I don't know how you're gripping onto them after that and stuff like that. Like which is crazy to me even to think about because like I don't even know how I do that. Like the first video that showed up in that clip, like I was so lucky to hang like onto that, but I had to leap onto that because like that's the kind of clip I wanted it, right?
This
And
one
this
just makes
video,
this is crazy too.
yeah, this video on my other friend's account hit like 20 million views, and like yeah, this is just like a chillax behavior, you know?
Oh
Like
man,
this is
my
like
palms are sweating watching this right now.
I don't know how. I know on the straight edge is like more more kind of like terrifying to watch than
Yeah,
on like the other edges I've been hanging on. But yeah, I don't know. Like I felt the same there than I felt like all the other times I've hung on off anything. So,
it's just unbelievable, man. Just
but wait, go down
which
one.
one? Which one?
Go right there.
This
The
one?
no, you see the one that has
Umbrella?
no, one more down.
Here.
Yeah, that one. So this one's a bit blurry, but this one over here, this I could have slipped too. Like both of my hands, like I didn't mean for my hand to slip off like this quickly, and my leg slipped off. But like that one hand that was hanging on, I was hanging on for like dear life. Like that one could have been another one that could ended up terribly.
Dude, I don't know how to say this, man. You're crazy. I like
Yeah, yeah.
there's no sugarcoating it, man. Like it's just beyond like comprehension. Like I just can't comprehend. You know, I really, I'm just, it's coming from me that I just really value life, and I just can't.
No,
Uh,
I
pers-
value life too. I love my life like
no
never
doubt.
before. But
It's just that
I
you're putting it. It's just that you're putting it at risk. That's the only thing. But I
yeah,
can't.
like I don't even
Yeah,
like because I've been doing it like maybe the first 10 times. Yeah, I would have been saying I've been putting my life at risk. But like since I've been doing it so much, it's like second nature. It's like walking to me, right? Like you
yeah.
hang off a build, like it's just like walking to me, right?
Listen,
And it's just like I don't know how people can't see that, but I could also understand why people can't see that. But like I want people to understand that it's just like it's,
well,
it's
guys, drop it in the
nature.
comments below. Let me know what you guys think. You know, again, I'm all about going against the grain in certain things in regards to business, in regards to fantasy football, in regards to a lot of things. This is like not only going against the grain, this is just wild, wild and unbelievable. Do not try this ever, guys, ever. That's my recommendation.
Yeah,
So,
do not try this ever unless you're mentally capable of trying to do it.
or ever. All right.
Yeah.
Mateo, pleasure, man. It was awesome talking to you,
It
man. I'm
was a
glad.
pleasure to you too.
Thanks for
Thank you so
opening
much.
up, man. It's probably not, I don't know if it's easy for you to open up or not, because again, you haven't done these a lot or ever.
Yeah,
Probably,
I don't even know if I opened up like that. I think I opened up
yeah, it
to
was
some
good. We'll see
people.
how it comes across, and we'll chop up some videos and see what people think. That'll be
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Hopefully it's lit.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Mateo. Stay online for a sec as I end this. And thanks, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe, drop some comments below. And Mateo, man, Sketchy Mateo, go follow him. And hopefully we see him again and everything. He stays safe, man. We'll pray for him. We'll talk
No
soon.
worries.
Thanks.
Go hard, go hard.